Okay, so good morning, everybody. My name is Anthony Moreira, and I'm the program manager for the Young Professionals Mentoring Program, or YMP, as we call for short. And I want to welcome you to the information session for the 2026 program year. Let's check. All right, is this all right? I want to make sure you guys can still hear me. I had to change my mic input. All right, so let's continue on. So today I have two fellows here and whoever else is going to be joining us, and I'm going to go over the history of the program, the YMP program, as well as hear from our program graduates and get into some of the program requirements and the next steps after we learn more about the program. So who are we and who is the YMP program? The YMP program started in 2005, formerly the JHDC Mentoring Program, and it was started by four professionals. And they were united by a singular vision to start the YMP program with an oversight from a board of trustees. Their aim was to educate and equip young professionals with leadership tools that would get them established in their respective career spheres. And since then, we've had over 100 people growing, graduate since then. And it's a part of the overall DLI vision, which I'll talk about. But the vision specifically is to develop leaders that will influence the world with the dignity and nobility of true Christians and have such values such as faith, integrity, reliability, and excellence. So the DLI YMP program is a subsidiary of the Daniel Leadership Institute as a whole. And there's three programs, specifically CLP, which empowers leaders through community, create social change. One of the things that we do run currently is a Toastmasters Club, amongst other things. Additionally, we have the YMP program, which we're here to talk about today. And then we also have the GLP, or Global Leadership Program, which connects driven, accomplished professionals, specifically the YMP alum, hopefully, with global leaders. So what is the YMP program? It is just under a year of a faith-based leadership and mentorship program. And the aim is to engage young professionals recently graduated or within just young in their careers by cultivating leadership skills and propelling growth in their careers, their finances, and of course, personal development. And the goal is to empower dynamic leaders who are able to excel and achieve in their chosen field. And even if things change, right, just excel in that, just to give them the bare bones requirements and skill sets and confidence to make the proper changes that they wish to see within their own careers. So we do that through a number of program drivers. When I say program drivers, I'm talking about things that the program entails, things that we will try to accomplish successfully that will get people to, stay within the program, complete the program, and be net positive producers of the program. So there's a number of things here, and it's not limited to these things, but there's other things as well. But the main thing is coaching relationships, whereby we reach out and try to establish a coach, somebody that is either in your field or somebody who has knowledgeable skill sets in how to get people from point A to point B and even to point E, and therefore after. Additionally, we have monthly workshops. One of my favorite things is which we reach out to various subject matter experts in various fields throughout the world, and they present on Saturdays for only a few hours, and they give us the tidbits and needful information that we need to empower us. Additionally, we have book reviews. So we will take some time out and read books or assign books to read. And, while you may not necessarily read every word, we do want you to get the gist of it because these things help you become a more efficient and fruitful professional. We have journal presentations whereby you will present for 5 to 7 minutes on a topic of your choice. And so not only will you present, you'll take some time and give people evaluations as well, only to develop our public speaking skills. Additionally, we have what's called an individual development plan, which is a series of questionnaires and tidbits that we want everyone to answer because this is kind of your guide. It's one thing to say you want growth and you want to do better. Perfect. However, documents like the IDP and this program make the abstract granular, meaning it's not too far-fetched, but you can whittle it down to the things that you are going to accomplish to be more successful. And then lastly, but not least, we have community projects. And so these are partnerships that we reach out to establish with nonprofits, not only in the DMV area, but throughout the globe. Just this last year, we had two projects. We had somebody join us in Chicago as well as in Nigeria. So we have these community projects that are nonprofits, and the fellows work to establish some kind of outcome for them or output that will allow them to be more effective in what they're doing. So, who are the fellows that I just mentioned? They're entry to mid-level professionals and graduate students interested in harnessing their leadership skills. The coaches that we will reach out and try to connect everyone with are seasoned leaders in the Washington, D.C. area and beyond who are Christians. And additionally, as I said before, the community project partners are nonprofits in the D.C. area and beyond who are in need of pro bono consulting. So what's the criteria to participate in the program? The first thing is to develop or at least demonstrate or have shown through your application some type of leadership potential, South experience, as well as accomplishments. Additionally, any interest in community involvement, more importantly, being committed to your own personal growth, which is really important. And then last but not least, the ability to remain committed for approximately 1 year, specifically from March to about December. So this is the program syllabus that we have coming up. And so these are the goals, or these are the dates, if you will. So for those who interview, and I'll talk about the interview session in a little bit, we will have our orientation on March 14th. Our first workshop will commence in roughly 2 months from today. We'll have our, and then you'll see, as you can see, you'll see the consequential workshops. Things are subject to change depending on people's availability. But as it stands now, this is the goal. So just be mindful of that. Now, we're going to get to our alumni testimonials. And joining me today, I have Queen Star Akrong, who is a graduate from the 2014 year, if I'm not mistaken, please correct me. And then also we have Emmanuel Ejegbe, who is a graduate of the 2025 cohort. So good morning, everyone. So I'll start with Queen Star since she joined first. Queen Star, my question for you, well, first of all, thank you for joining us. I hope you're doing well. How are you doing this cold morning?
I am doing well. Thank you so much for asking.
Okay, Queen Star, my first question for you is, and I had my questions all queued up and I can't find them now. Just give me 1 second. So my
Hi.
question for you, Queen Star, is
What motivated me to join the program?
exactly, thank you. Yes, what motivated you to join the YMP program? The question is just took my mind.
No, no, you are A-okay. And thank you so much for having me, Anthony. And hello to everyone who is interested in the YMP program and thinking about what their next steps are career-wise. As Anthony mentioned, I am Queen Star. I joined this program, I believe 2015, between 2015 and 2016. And at that point in my career, I was about a few years outside of college and had started working a full-time job. And there were things that I personally new academic wise, but being able to transition from academic knowledge to know how to professionally navigate my career was very important to me. And so joining YMP, I was really motivated by the fact that I would get paired with a mentor. I would be around other people who were my age who were similarly trying to figure out their careers and also where their place was in their respective professions. And then lastly, the component of it, it's not a faith-based program, but it's a faith-adjacent program, which is what I like to say. It's not, I like the fact that it is part of a ministry at Jesus House, and being able to pair my faith with my professional aspirations were very important to me. And so those three things all together is what led me to wanting to join the program.
All right, thank you, Queen Star. Emmanuel, same question for you, sir. Thank you for joining this morning.
Hey, good morning, good morning. And yeah, do you mind repeating the question one more time?
Sure. What motivated you to join the YMP program?
Yeah, so first, First, thank you for even having me here, Anthony, once again. I feel for me personally, more so like a clean start. I was about a year and some change removed from graduating from college. And I feel like in my professional life, I grown stagnant. I wasn't growing at the pace that I would have liked to see anymore. And I just felt like some type of change was needed. And I didn't know really where to go to get that help or go to just really where I could be lifted up per se. And thankfully enough, one of the ministries that I serve at Jesus House, someone related to us, and then I just kind of took a leap of faith and I I put my name into the ballot, and by God's grace, I joined the program, and it's been very, very beneficial for me. I mean, I just graduated this past December, but from the program, but like I've felt the change that it's already had in my professional life and even in my faith life as well, because I am a very faith-based individual, and I like parent. I can't really do anything without like having that faith factor first. So being able to pair that with my professional life too, and also growing in certain areas, like it's been an amazing help for me.
Okay, thank you very much, Emmanuel. I appreciate it, and congratulations once again. We'll move on, and I'll keep you there since you will do a round robin. Since you went second, I'll have you answer question number two first. And you kind of mentioned this in your answer, Emmanuel, but my question is, how did the program impact your personal or professional growth?
Yeah, so I want to say, just to like really go or touch more deeper into it, from a professional standpoint, it got to a point where like I work in operations, so we're already doing repetitive tasks all the time, trying to find that boost to continue to keep going. It was hard at some times, and then I questioned myself at some stages on do I really want to still be here in this profession, of course. And going through the YMP process, not only did it like push us into roles with some of the projects we've done, with some of the presentations we've done as groups and as individuals, but then it also made me realize my passion on what I really would like to do in the professional world. So even just that, being able to like realize what pivot I would need to take and those steps that I would need to take to get there, it's extremely beneficial. And like even right now, like I'm still reaping the fruits of what I was doing with my group from the past, I want to say year. And I'm just taking those steps to continue growing in the profession I'm trying to seek out currently. So I'm really thankful to God about that. I'm thankful for the program overall, and like I mean, just I'm really big on paying it forward. So just even me being here to just give back in any way I can, like it's an honor. So I hope I answered the question.
You sure did. Thank you. And I'll humble
Okay.
brag because you went over your IDP with me last year, and I believe you accomplished at least one of the things already. Before the program was over, you already accomplished a few of the things that you had written out. So, super, super big congratulations to you for doing that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Queen Star, same question. How did the program impact your personal or professional growth?
I will start with professionally first. I think the two things that immediately come to mind are the IDP process and also the consulting process, the consulting project, I should say. I had done a lot of fellowship programs in the past, and this one felt very tailored and personalized. And so, professionally, being able to talk to a mentor, shout out to my mentor at the time, which is a Kepo, and she was so gracious in spending time with me to help me understand how to make my IDP come to life, right? And so being able to write down what my 5 to 10 year plans were and just have an actionable goal, not only just actionable, but like smart goals as well was very helpful because sometimes professionally you're just going, 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 but just having a North Star in which you are walking towards or your goal you're oriented towards was very helpful and having that personalized touch with a mentor. And then the consulting projects, I would say consulting was never something that I thought would be a professional path for me. But after doing my consulting project, I put it as a potential job prospect for me getting into the consulting world. And thankfully, by the grace of God, about 2 or 3 years after we wrapped up with YMP, I ended up working at a consulting firm focused on education policy, where I stayed there for 4 years. And so professionally, it opened my eyes up to new career paths, but it also gave me some goals to orient myself around. And I would say personally, it really built my faith. I think as a person who grew up in the church, like, oh, trust God, trust God, trust God. Yeah, it's cute, but you never really think about trusting God with your career and just really adding faith to my professional pursuits was very important. And so personally, it allowed me to expand my vision of God a lot more and really build myself up to in my faith when it came to my professional pursuits. And then personally, I just think the network that you have, there's still people from my YMP program that I have lunch with, dinner with, and so it's really built my network too overall.
Okay, good, fantastic answer, specifically with the faith, and that's that is the opportunity that we all have, and that we try to emphasize in this program, specifically with yes, you have to have the faith, but what the program does and the drivers, and if you participate, it gives you kind of that building bridge between where you want to be and where you currently are. So thank you
Hmm.
for exuding that. And then last question, and I'll have you go first, Queen Star. What would you say to someone considering joining the program?
Well, number one, I say do it, but I also think the advice I would give is don't do it just for vibes. I think that people sometimes do things because it looks good on a resume,
Mhm.
but I think what you get out of it is what you put in, right? I saw a lot of people who took the time seriously to invest in themselves, invest in the resources that the program gave them, and it's exponential what you get out of it. And so my advice is do it because you are going to actually dedicate time to not only complete the program, but fully realize the resources that are going to be given to you and tap into that. And so, of course, it's there are many decisions that I've made in my life that are not the smartest, but I like to think this is one of the smarter decisions I made, and professionally and personally for me. But it's really up to you to make this program what you want out of it.
Thank you. Emmanuel, same question. What would you say to somebody considering joining the program?
Yeah, honestly, Queen Star, she took it straight out of my mouth. It's really you get what you put in, and like if I want to be vulnerable, like that really spoke to me because like I stated earlier, I came in, I had no expectations. I didn't know what I was signing up for at all, especially when
Mm.
the project started. I did not know what I was signing up for. And like I want to say the first 2 months, like I have a very busy schedule, so I was just going with the flow. But then like once things started to like ramp up, started to kick up, like I actually like looked at myself and I'm like, I'm dedicating a lot of time to this. Do I want to waste my time? Do I want to let just a few months go by and I don't gain anything out of it? We thank God because that didn't happen. Um, but yeah, like once I started to put more effort in, not only with my group, not only with some of the personal objectives and items that were given out to us, like you can really like see it. And like it's one thing I love about the program is like it's not something that you can see incremental growth in the next 2 to 3 months. If you apply what's needed, you can see it immediately, honestly. So I'm really thankful about that. And yeah, it's just take it as serious as you would as your job. Take it as serious as you would as one of anything you're passionate about. But just give it your all, you know?
Yep. All right. Thank you so much. And yeah, and that's a part of, especially for those who are recently graduated and those who are stepping into the real world. It's very you are going to have competing interests. You're going to have time burglars, things that are competing for your time, and so where you focus is where you see the growth. And I definitely commend you both for seeing it through, and now you're able to really, or still enjoy just some of the benefits of what you've done. So thank you both, thank you Queen Star and Emmanuel for your answers today, and I'm sure that this won't be the last time the YMP program reaches out to you. So we look forward to connecting with you all in the future. Thank you. Okay, all right. So we're gonna move on. Let's continue with the presentation and talk about program requirements. So when we talk about the program requirements, what are we talking about? These are the investment, if you will. These are the things that you need to invest consistently and over time in order to see fruitfulness from the project. The first thing, it's a small financial cost, but it is $150. We understand that money's tight and finances change or may not change. So what we are always willing to do is have arrangements set up whereby you're not necessarily having to speak for everybody, or I mean, not speak for, pay everything up front, but we do ask for communication if accepted to the program, that we work something out. Additionally, we are delivering the program via Zoom. And when I say Zoom, I'm referring to the fact that uh, since COVID and since the pandemic, we've gone online. However, we recognize that we've had fellows from internet. We have international fellows. We have fellows from Nigeria, UK, Texas, out of state. So what we do have are opportunities for everyone to participate in the program. So Zoom is our best way to encompass everyone. Now, as we've slowly but surely come out of the pandemic and social distancing, all those things, we don't want to forsake the importance of having the program in person, because since the program's inception in 2005, things have been in person. So what we have decided to do this year, which is make it a little different, is have 1 to 2 in-person anchor sessions. Now, obviously, if you are out of state or out of country, it's not we will incorporate you, but it's mainly for the people in the specific region and area, to make sure that we're connecting and still being able to enjoy one another's company, because that is a very important component to everything that we have going on. Yes, it's important to develop yourself personally, professionally, of course, but fraternize and enjoy one another's company is an important component too, that cannot be replaced. So there's going to be 1 to 2 in-person anchor sessions this year. This is a new wrinkle, and for those who are selected to the program, we will go over that moving forward. Additionally, we want to make sure you're making the class dates, right? The dates are already set in time. Like I said, if they change, we will do our best to incorporate changes, but the whole point is to not be missing any of the program drivers. Because once you start missing the program drivers, then the cycle, the self-doubt cycle that our guests talked about, that they work through, will incorporate themselves. Oh, I'm too busy to do this, so then you fall off. Or I'm too busy to do this, but I can't do this, and then it turns into a drain, energy burglar, as opposed to something that's supposed to empower you. So the attendance policy is to miss no more than 2 sessions. Like I said, we'll go over that more during the orientation for those selected, but you want to be mindful of that. Additionally, this is a communicative thing. As I said before, or as I said during the last cohort, it starts very peacefully and then things ramp up. So you want to be sure that you are keeping a track of the assignments, making sure we're staying consistent communication, because communication is one of the more important aspects of the program, but also professional development. So we don't want to send messages out and receiving messages, and we call and email and we don't hear anything for weeks, because we would think, number one, we'll think something's wrong. And then number two, if nothing's wrong, then obviously there's other things going on. So you want to be mindful of that, because there's mentoring, there's projects, there's relationships that we are developing, that we're leveraging. So if you're not interested or not able to, it's better to say that as opposed to ghosting, to use a colloquial term. Additionally, as I said before, you want to be sure to be mindful of the assignments and class participation and workload. Like I said, things will start small, they'll start incrementally, and then towards the summer and even into the fall, things will be ramping up, whereby you'll have assignments, you'll have workshops, you'll have other assignments for the workshops that will be coming from us. So you want to be mindful of those things. And of course, keeping a strong behavior and attitude. And why I say that, this is voluntary, right? Yes, this is when I say voluntary, meaning, you are choosing to do this because you see something in it. So to have no shows or to exhibit poor behavior or poor attitude is something that we'll have to address. And so if you think that's going to be the case, we can communicate, or if you believe your time is going to be well spent in other avenues, then you want to be sure that you address that before joining the program, or give us workarounds or something we can do to prevent that, so we're not having to deal with any of those things that pull away from the impact that the program is designed to have. And of course, once you complete, you will get a certificate of completion, and so all those things will be happening in terms of the program. Like I said, there's going to be more questions and maybe some things that aren't answered, and so we'll be happy to have and answer those questions. Let's continue. So the application and interview process. The applications were opened on January 18th. We're having our information session today. We still have a number of days, a number of weeks to submit the application. And then if you apply and you submit or you complete the application requirements, we will notify you of scheduling an interview on February 28th. So just about in a month from now, we'll have the YMP interviews, which will not only involve me, but some of the other alumni. And I'll ask you a few questions just to get a feel for your answers, your interest. And on March 7th, 2026, we will let you know you're notified. And then the roller coaster starts on March 14th with the orientation session. So those are the upcoming dates. God willing, nothing will change. But we just want to let you know that this is what we have to look forward to. The application process is not numerous, but we want to make sure you're following all the things that we require, which involve a resume or CV, one short essay of why you're interested in the program, one letter of recommendation, and of course, completing the application form, which is live as well. And you can find that on our website. And before this session is over, I'll show you what the website looks like. The application process is you completing your personal information, your career leadership information, e.g., work experience, graduation, what are you doing now, what are you currently involved in. These are things that we consider when we are examining an application, because we want to be sure that we accept people who are interested and can literally complete the program. Supporting docs, which include your resume, CV, and then any your essay in terms of why you're interested, as well as your letter of recommendation. So as I said before, the interview process will be via Zoom on February 28th, 2026. It's going to be via Zoom. It's going to be 30 minutes with 1 to 2 interviewers, and we'll make our decisions a few days after that. So like I said, this is a recording. So if anybody does have any questions, they'll be sure to reach out to us at the email below. That's ymp@danielleadershipinstitute.org. And we will be happy to receive your email and answer any additional questions that you have. Again, our program is bound to stretch views about yourself and your career, connect you to other leaders, as I said before, and expose you to a number of countless leadership resources, one of which that comes to mind is specifically your finances. So we were able to connect with a finance professional to encourage people to understand how important their finances are in their career development, because it can cause you to make a number of various decisions. So just one of the things that came to mind. And so if you are seeking, or you know anybody that is seeking to expand their leadership skills or refine their personal development goals, I want you to encourage them to consider the YMP program. They can reach out to me, Anthony. They can hit us up on our website. They can find this recording video that's going to be on our YouTube and website. And additionally, I encourage them to email us at ymp@danielleadershipinstitute.org. Thank you very much for your time, everyone. I am incredibly honored and very pleased to be here. So if you do have any questions or if there are any other concerns, please reach out to us. Thank you very, very, very much for your time. And I will see you online, or I'll see you in your application. Thank you.